Hello and welcome to Getting Candid with me, your girl Hellen. You're joining me from Le Dauphin Grand Paradiso Hotel in Roma. Now, yesterday was Women's Day and we were celebrated. I love being celebrated as a woman. Okay, so now the entertainment industry is obviously a battle, and most of the time people say women fail to hold it down. They fail to stand for so long. That's why I thought this woman deserves to be celebrated. She's been in the industry for 39 years. I'm talking about Maureen Lilanda. I feel like she deserves to be celebrated, and we do have a lot of things to learn from her. Join me on the other side as I chat with her, but also we have the next big thing today, a young lady that I feel is the next big thing. Very, very talented. I'm talking Lukumo. You guys join me as I chat with Lukumo and Maureen Lilanda, and thanks to Flog Market for this outfit. Welcome back. I mentioned that I'll be chatting with legendary Maureen Lilanda. I haven't spoken with her in 2-3 years.
About 3 years, yeah.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm great, Helen. How are you?
Good. Always excited to have a privilege to chat with you.
Thank you. And I'm always pleased when you call and say, can we chat? You keep me relevant.
That's good. That's good. Oh, by the way, I love your new song and the video is really nice.
Thank you.
It's a gospel song, eh?
Yes, it is.
Why did you choose to do gospel?
It was a reflection on my life. We did that song last year. And when that unfortunate rumor came out, I just said, look, this is the appropriate time to even release it.
Yeah.
To say, look, I really am thankful for my life, yeah. So it's always been my dream to publicly thank God for all that He's blessed me with. I mean, I've had trials in my life, but I always seem to overcome them. So I need to give praise.
Yeah. So I like when you say the rumor, you're alive and well.
Imagine.
And it was all over social media. People were calling, asking what happened to Maureen Lilanda, sending you screenshots of a lot of blogging about how Maureen Lilanda has died. How did it start? Do you know how it started?
I don't know how it started. I was also just called. Someone was curiously ringing me to find out whether I was alive. And there was a question mark in her voice, and she said, hello? Not knowing what to expect. And when she heard my voice, she cried.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's wrong? Thinking maybe there's a funeral. And she says, no, we've heard you've died. And that was the beginning of the end of my day.
Oh my God. That rumor just flew like it was everywhere, but we're glad you're okay.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Okay, so like I wanted to chat with you because I was thinking it's Women's Day and there's women in leadership. That's the global theme. And I think personally, I would say you're one of the leaders that we have in the music industry. Entertainment-wise, if we go to the music sector, you have been in the industry 39 years, you were telling me. How has the 39 years been?
It's been a journey. It's had its ups and downs. It's had its frustrations. But the one thing I've learned in my 39 years is that you have to evolve with time. You have to evolve with change. And because I've been able to do that, I can say it's been okay for me. It's been fruitful. It's paid off. It's got its hard times, but I wouldn't change my life if they asked me to live it again.
Yeah?
No.
I like that. No regrets, eh?
No.
Okay, so women, how did you manage to survive? Most of the women, they always say men survive more in this industry than women, but 39 years and you're still standing. People still know there's Maureen Lilanda. They still respect you. One of the most respected women in the industry. How have you managed to drive that? I was listening to our previous interview and you explained about how the challenges you were facing, going on stage, crying. But here you are, 39 years later. What was your biggest encouragement to keep on?
I think it's because I love my music. I live music. At some point in my life, I even had to apologize to my husband. I said, after God is my music. And I think because I've learned to do the music as a business and not as a hobby, maybe that has helped as well. So it's the passion and it's the business. So any business, you will find hardships. It's how you get around those hardships, be it a hotel, whatever business. You talk to the marketeers, they will find it hard. And I think generally in business, women have been given the short end of the stick. We always have to fight to claim our place. But with recent times, I'm seeing even in the music industry, in the music business, female artists are becoming more assertive. they're not fly by night anymore, because definitely a lot of female musicians would give up. But I'm seeing the female artists now are also getting on their grind, getting on their hustle, and giving the boys run for their money. So it's just endurance, perseverance, having the patience, work hard at it, believing in yourself. You just go for it.
What's the major difference that you've seen the industry then and now? Like you said, you've seen the women work hard. Do you think the environment has also kind of accommodated them?
Yes, I think it's leveled. The field has been leveled. Now there's the digital era, so you don't really have to work with gentlemen per se. You can get a female camera woman. Unlike back in our day, most of the people that were behind the scenes were gentlemen, and they would frustrate us. Whereas with now, with the coming of modern technology and all, some people even work at home with maybe just a son or one person, maybe a brother and all that. So the modern technology, I think, has helped. I think the market has opened up to accept more female artists and as with their music. So I think they have a fairer field to play in. It's just up to them to reach the mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you like to see change?
The pocket, because yes. I always maintain, I say, if I had started with what I'm getting now, I wouldn't have survived in the music industry. Because for me, I think the corporates are underpaying the artists. You know, people, if they know you personally, they want to play for free. I think that should change. It's a business. We survive on this business, and give us what we are worth. And if you think we're not worth what we are, help us get to what you think is worth being of an artist. Because if you're going to underpay me, definitely if I need to have 10 musicians and I'm looking at the pocket, I'm going to cut down to 5. I mean, any business does that. Even in a restaurant, if you're not paying me enough to have enough waitresses, I'll have 1 instead of 10. So it also applies to the music industry. I think they should pay us for what we're worth, and they will help us get to what they want to see us, because half the time they claim that we shortchange them, but we're shortchanging because we are shortchanged.
Okay, so now I'm thinking, you were a career woman, a single mother, you were widowed at a young age. How did you, because I'm trying to, it's Women's Day and I just want to celebrate you and celebrate other women out there. So how did you manage to balance raising 4 kids, plus you are trying to balance your career, and music means you travel a lot as well, especially if you're at the peak of your career. How did you manage to balance that?
I had a very good support system. My father was the support system. Yeah. And then I had my siblings as well. Before my husband died, he too at least would take care of the children when I was away. So it was a balancing act, and I think people played a role in helping me. I had to get extra help as well. It's about time management. Yeah, so basically I really did have good support system behind me.
Okay, that's good. Now, did you ever think that you were not going to manage, and maybe you need a man in your life to say, let me help push this?
When in my music career, before or after?
After your husband died, and then you had to balance everything. Being a father, you had to be the father, the mother, and your career as well to support the family.
In terms of a career, I don't think I really need a man in my life, because I don't even know how I met my husband, because he met me and accepted me in totality. Yeah. You know, he got a lot of backlash from his family for marrying an artist. And I find that even those that attempt to date me will say, so do you think that you can stop the music? And I'm like, no, because before there's Maureen, there's the music.
That's true.
So in terms of my business, no, but in terms of my private life, I do feel lonely. I still feel lonely, Helen, since our last interview.
Yeah, you told me you were feeling lonely. I'm going to set you up on a blind date.
Date my family.
Yes. I mean, why not?
You know?
Okay, you know what? Let's take a break, then we'll continue chatting after this. Alrighty, so I'm still chatting with Maureen, Lilanda. Now, this break, we introduced a segment called The Next Big Thing, and I spoke about it even in the opening. My next big thing today is a gospel artist. She goes by the name of Lukumo. Let's hear from her.
Take a walk through life, display the game, make the chase like your flame. Take your chance, fight for success if you really want to be the best. My life, my rules, my choice, my stake, my bet, my win. My life, my rules, my choice, my stake, my bet, my win. My life, my rule, my choice, my stake, my bet, my win.
Melbet, something you can bet on.
Okay, so the next big thing, Lukumo, I believe you're the next big thing. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I love your Ayeso song. I think it's a very
thank you
good
so
song.
much. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad to meet you. And
Good to meet you too.
one thing I'm excited about is I invited Maureen Lilanda without really knowing that you have a story to tell. So you told Maureen Lilanda, you told us behind the scenes. Just tell us what the story is with Maureen Lilanda.
Okay, so it was on 14th February. I was in Lusaka. I came from Solwezi. Yeah. So I met her at Levy.
Yeah.
Levy Junction. She was singing and all that. And then I just felt it upon my heart that I could talk to her. Yeah, because, you know, I had that pressure in me. I loved to sing, but didn't know what to do, how to start it. Okay, I had already started, but I just didn't know how to push. I didn't know how to play the game.
Yeah.
That's how I confronted her, talked to her, and she advised me. She told me, you need to push, you need to be determined, you need to have perseverance, she told me all that. You need to start taking your music at different radio stations and all that. So from that day, my life has never been the same.
Mindset changed.
That's
good. That's good. I like that. This episode is really about women, and I'm thinking we always talk about women pulling each other down, and we're seeing you give praise to another woman for helping you start pushing your music. How long have you been singing professionally?
Professionally, I started in 2010. Yeah, I recorded my first song.
Yeah.
Though it wasn't doing well, but it was just within Solwezi.
Yeah, I know.
Within Solwezi and all
that. Town hits, yeah.
Yeah, and 2020, like I said, 2016, I met her. She advised me, and now I started pushing. I took my videos at ZNBC. I tried to push, got encouragement. You know, sometimes somebody would tell you to say, this is not good, and you think maybe they hate you or something. No. That should be a stepping stone. That should be a ladder for you to get to the next level. So I took that as an encouragement and kept on pushing. So I started in 2010, but finally got into the music industry in 2016.
Yeah, so how's it going so far, and who are you working with?
Wow, so far so good. I'm with Restore City, I'm with Cross Movement and Art Pros.
Nice.
Yes.
And they're helping you, right?
Very, very much. I feel like even when I say thank you, it's not enough. Yeah, they're doing so much for me.
Okay, so
Yes.
I don't know, I was telling you that I love Ayeso song. Just for those that don't know it, maybe you can give us an a cappella and can we just sing just the chorus?
Ayeso, Ayeso, Samakangiwa. Ayeso, Ayeso, Samakangiwa. Nibwenze yotiani, Nibwenze yotiani. What a friend I found in you, Jesus. Nibwenze yotiani, Nibwenze yotiani. What a friend I found in you. Ayesu, Ayesu, Samakangiwa.
Nice. I can't wait to hear more songs from you, like really, for real.
Wow, thank you so much.
I can't wait. And I wish you all the best, but I know people would be wondering how they can find you. Just maybe you can give us the social media handles.
Okay.
How can people follow you and be able to get your music as well?
Okay, so my page is LK Lukumo. My Facebook page is LK Lukumo. And my YouTube channel is called Lukumo Kaumba. Instagram and Twitter, Lukumo Kaumba, as well as Facebook.
Okay.
Yes.
So you know where to follow her, support her. Let's support as much as we can, right?
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming, and we believe you're the next big thing, so just keep working.
Thank you so much. This means a lot to me.
Thank you. That's it for our next big thing. Welcome back. I hope you've enjoyed that segment with Lukumo. Yes, very talented young lady, and I believe she's the next big thing with all the great support that we can be able to give her. So now I'm happy that Lukumo, I have you guys on the same day because she's
Coincidentally.
Yes, I didn't even know that she has a story connecting to you. So that's really good. That's women supporting women, something that we always talk about. Now, when I'm talking about women supporting women, there's always this issue, like even in the industry, we used to see it at some point where if a woman rises up and another woman is rising up at the same time, there's always that clash, and they always say, it's like, and it just doesn't happen in Zambia. I think worldwide, even in the US, you can't have like one, it's always like they always want to have one female rapper on top. So if there's another female rapper coming up, they somehow have to clash. We saw it with Cardi B, we saw it with Lil Kim. Now, do you think that is still happening? And is there a way we can just learn to say, let's hold each other, let's lift each other?
Locally?
Yeah, locally.
Helen, I think it's nice to be honest. We always treat each other as competitors.
Yeah.
It's just how dense you take it. I think I get on with almost all the female artists, if not all. But deep down in my heart, I know that they are my competitors.
Yes.
So I will not strike beef openly, but when I'm strategizing, there's beef.
Yeah.
I'm looking at all of them when I'm doing a certain project, and I'm thinking, who does that? So it depends. And then sometimes also these beefs are just strategic, like publicity stunts. Some are just to intimidate you and all that. So some kind of intimidation is healthy, because then for some of us we're actually jacked up to say, to a fan out, so it's healthy, and you need to have that competitiveness in you, because if you just rely on people loving you, you will sink.
At the peak of your career, I think Jane Osborne was also at the peak of her career, right? Did you guys get along, or did you ever reach a point when your competition was tense?
No, I think our competition, as I just said, our competition was silent.
Okay.
Because you would copy a few things from her, she would copy a few things, and we are still friends, huh?
Yeah.
Very good friends.
Nice.
But I think when it came to stage, we had our own strategies and we wouldn't share things. But when it came to, if she needs a microphone and she has a show, she would come to my house.
Yeah.
If she needed something that she needed for the show, or even vice versa. In fact, at some point, even her dress designers were making clothes for me.
Nice.
So, as I say, there's always that competition. I would doubt to agree with any female artist who will say, no, we get on like a house on fire. Inside, I know that there's that slight competition.
No, that competition you're talking about is actually encouraged, because it helps you, like you say, you work harder, you think, become more creative.
Exactly.
What we don't want is the pull him down, pull her down syndrome.
Exactly.
Do you think we still have that a lot more?
No, I don't think so. Huh? In the olden days, yes, it was. Because especially this thing of maybe you're using another band's equipment and you don't know how to run it, and then they switch off a certain button that doesn't make you sound right. Yes, unless I'm naive that it's happening now, because I'm not really mixing with the younger producers and the younger bands, so I really don't know. They might have a different story to tell, but I know with us elderly ones that has sort of like died down. Yeah,
I know Maureen Lilanda is not, Jane Osborne is not active, but I still want you guys to collaborate. I think it will be a good song.
I think she should be open to it. We speak. I'll ask her.
You should ask her. Now, you were signed with Elation Entertainments. How's that going? How long have you been signed with them?
A year now.
Okay.
We've just clocked a year. I signed in March last year. It's been doing well. I think you've seen that there's been activity on my Facebook page. Have come alive, and hence my naming this album The Awakening, because they've awoken up so many things. I've been doing a radio tour this 1 week, and I was telling Faith, I said, Nalema, Auntie Mo, it's necessary these days, you have to make that, and especially after the rumor, people need to know that you're alive and all that. Yeah. So yeah, they've put a bit of bounce in me. They've put a bit of life back into me. I've got the zeal. I've never stopped having it, but I think they've made me wake up to say, look, you're trotting, you need to run. So I thank them. I thank them for perking me up. They are doing a great job where Maureen is concerned.
Okay, so 39 years of Maureen Lilanda. I was telling you that that's huge. 40 years, I think we need to have like 40 years concert, like of celebrating what you've given us. I think it's important to just have a lot of artists come together and celebrate you, and then maybe you can showcase songs from way back up to today. Aren't you thinking about that?
From your lips to his ears, he'll make it happen.
It has to happen. And I think a lot of people agree with me. Guys, tell me in the comment box if you think they should do 40 years of Maureen Lilanda. I think we haven't had an artist who's been so active, especially a standalone artist, for this long. Maybe bands, but I can't think of anyone who has survived the industry, even with the male side.
Well, they are, well, maybe standalone, yeah, but there are people like the Mwale sisters are still going.
Yeah, because I know some bands are still there.
Burning Youth are still there.
Yeah.
Sakala Brother is there.
We still have Alice Charlie still running the
exactly,
band.
Amayenge, yes.
That is good, and I like that she's also pushed it.
Yes.
This is something that I just like to see. And today I was thinking, which woman can I have on the show, because it's Women's Day, and I think Maureen Lilanda, because she's a leading woman. I think you obviously get a lot of young artists. I know Wezi openly says she's my mother in music,
and even we have a personal mother-to-daughter relationship. It's grown to that. Yeah.
So how do you, because I feel like when you have a lot of people look up to you, it kind of challenges you to want to say, look, I have a lot of people. Personally, that's how I feel. When I feel like this one tells me you inspire me, but I'm imagining you. How many people come to you and say, you inspire us, advisors? How do you handle that?
First of all, I was like, what will I have to offer?
Yeah.
But I offer really what I offer from my heart. And I offer what I really genuinely think can happen. I know I've been asked before to say, don't you think that they might overtake you? Well, if they overtake me, it's natural. We all are not going to stay at our peak. We all have our seasons, you know, Leroni season yanga, my season your maps, that kind of thing. And so if I'm going to help someone advance in their own way, and I always say that what might work for me might not work for you, just in the way you implement it. Because I'll tell you, cook chihuahua like this, Helen, in the same way we cook the two, our results might be different. So in the same way, I give advice, the basic advice, work hard. I will not give the state secrets, but I will give you the basics of what will help you. And I feel very humbled when later on in the years, someone comes up and says, oh, you remember the young lady?
Yes.
You know, and you've even forgotten that you even shared those words. And no, this motivated me and blah, 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 blah. So for me, I always believe, in fact, my tagline is, it's not a legacy if you don't pass it on.
That's true.
Yeah, so if there's no one in the next years to actually tag you to say, actually it was this person, then you just came, you existed, and you left. It's what you leave once you're gone that matters.
Okay. What's next for Maureen Lilanda?
Pushing my files. Especially with this new album, you will see quite a bit of new videos. Matamando was just the first. We're releasing a series of them. We're also planning quite a number of virtual concerts. We hope those will take off in the next 2 months. I will be in your ears, I will be in your homes, I will be in your faces on TV, on radio, so expect a lot from Maureen.
How has COVID affected your business?
It's affected really, really bad.
Yeah,
because now even the functions have slowed down, they only take a few people, so we've had to, for me, basically, I've had to diverse. Music is the core business, but it's actually told me you need to do so. I'm actually opening a restaurant in Kablonga.
Oh, nice.
I do a bit of farming at home. I do a bit of cakes at home. So it's taught me that, like any other business, you need other side hustles. 99 jobs, basically. This is what COVID has taught us, to work outside the box.
Nice. Okay, so any words to the young women, especially in the entertainment industry, and just young women at large?
I'll generalize to women. I think for a long time we've been underplayed, underrated, under-encouraged to take up leadership roles. And I'm saying this is the time for women to emerge and take up those roles. We have our norms traditionally of being a woman and being submissive, but that doesn't mean you can't be assertive in your career, in what you do in your business. So I'm encouraging girls to say yes, be a traditional woman and respect your husband, but also take up your role in society, be that leader, do you, love you, embrace you, do you. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Helen, for having me.
Alrighty, thank you so much for watching this episode. I'm always excited to chat with people like Maureen, Lilanda. It actually humbles me. But then I was also running a competition. We're giving out some beauty products and facial beauty products, nails, pedicure, hair. So if you did participate, watch out from the Facebook page and Instagram page to see who the winners are and the ones that will be able to get those beauty products and treatments.